Thank you for joining us today. Following the flooding that occurred during Hurricane Katrina in New Orleans back in 2005, the Army Corps of Engineers changed its approach to inspection of levees here in the United States. This new levee safety program now demands a more rigorous application of existing standards. Since 2006, the Corps has rated approximately 240 levees across the country as unacceptable under this program. The 5-year periodic inspection for Dallas is due on March 31st of this year. In advance of that report, the Corps has informed the city that under the new program, the Trinity River levees designed for an 800-year flood will likely be rated as unacceptable. Now, what does that mean? Well, it means that out of 170 items that were rated, the cities and the Corps' engineers identified 34 of those as unacceptable. But it's also important to understand that these are preliminary ratings, a first look. So together, the city and the Corps will take the next steps. Initially, our engineers will take a closer look because much more study is needed. Some of the items may turn out to be unacceptable, but it's also possible some may not. Some may require simple fixes. Others may take more time and resources. It's simply too early to tell. But let me be very clear on one thing. If something is confirmed to be unacceptable, we are committed to fixing it. What is happening to our levees is not unique. This is something that's going on across the country. In the wake of Hurricane Katrina, Sacramento, St. Louis, King County, Washington, Connecticut, and even here in Texas and Irving, hundreds of levees are facing major fixes to comply. More levees will be added to the list over the next few years. Importantly, Dallas is in a much better position than many other cities thanks to the Trinity River Corridor project. Remember, this project was conceived to boost flood protection, the same purpose as this inspection. The lower chain of wetlands downstream has already reduced water levels, and the upper chain of wetlands will come online later this year. And we already plan to raise the height of the levees by 2 feet. So we're well down the road to improving the level of flood protection on our levees, and of course that will continue. This does raise certain questions. First, safety. You should know the levees today are not any different than they were yesterday. Many of the factors identified are the same as they were a decade ago. These levees have handled every flood event that has occurred. In fact, in 6 inspections since 2002, inspectors rated the levees from very good to excellent. But since the Katrina, the Corps is appropriately looking at all levees with new eyes. The risk is still the same. Now we just know more about that risk. So we are studying the extent of the risk and what is needed to fix it. The second issue, flood insurance. These studies could cause FEMA to redraw its maps. If so, flood insurance rates could be impacted. If this is the case, we will notify all property owners well in advance. But for now, nothing changes. The third issue, the Trinity River Corridor project. Let me make one thing clear. This project is moving forward and will continue to do so. Both the city and the Corps are committed to finding solutions that will enhance the overall benefits of the project. If adjustments need to be made to boost flood protection, we will make them. Keep in mind the actions we need to take and will take are distinct from the non-flood control components of the Trinity River Corridor project. In other words, these improvements would be needed regardless of the project. However, we, in reality, believe the team that is working on the project will allow us to resolve issues more expeditiously, and the components of the Trinity River Corridor project may actually aid us in addressing the issues. Again, at its core, the Trinity River Corridor project was created to improve the level of flood protection for Dallas. We are not and will not step back from that commitment. I'd now like to ask Brigadier General Kendall Cox with the Army Corps of Engineers to say a few words. General?
Thank you, Mayor. Appreciate it. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Brigadier General Ken Cox. I'm the commander of the Southwestern Division. My headquarters is located here in Dallas, so this project is very significant to me as well. I'd like to thank all of you for taking time out of your busy schedules to be with us today to give us an opportunity to address this very important issue. I thank Mayor Leppert as well for giving me, representing the Corps of Engineers, the opportunity to be with you today to talk about the overall Trinity River Corridor project. The Mayor did a tremendous job over the last couple of minutes laying out the current situation associated with the levees here in Dallas, so I just want to touch on three what I think are very important points. The first, make it absolutely clear the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers and the City of Dallas thinks safety is the #1 priority. Everything associated with these levees is focused on ensuring the safety and welfare of the citizens of Dallas, as well as the integrity of the levees themselves. Secondly, the city's leadership has already taken actions. This is very important to understand. They have already undertaken necessary actions to get at and improve some of the faults that were identified in the initial inspection. And finally, the City of Dallas, working with the Corps of Engineers, federal, state, and local partners, are going to continue to move forward with this project. There might be some movements, little steps left and right, but make no doubt we will continue to move forward. Thanks again for the opportunity to be here today. And next, I'd like to introduce Council Member Dave Neumann.
Thank you, General. Thank you, General. And welcome, everyone. It's an honor to serve as the Mayor's Chairman of the Trinity River Corridor Project for our Dallas City Council. Our collective focus has been and continues to be flood protection, improved transportation, citizen investment in parks, trails, and recreation facilities. And if we do it right, economic development for all four corners of our citizens and our City of Dallas. I stand here today with our mayor, several city council members, and General Cox of the Corps of Engineers as citizen leaders, all committed to moving and keeping the Trinity River Corridor project moving forward. Dallas citizens have voted several times to transition and redevelop our Trinity River into a project that you know today as flood protection, the Trinity Parkway, two new signature bridges, the Margaret Hunt Hill Bridge and the Margaret McDermott Bridge, the recreational facilities such as our Trinity Audubon Center, already up and operational, over 15 trails, gateway parks, all under construction. I am supportive of our agency partners, the Corps of Engineers through General Cox's leadership, the North Texas Tollway Authority with our Trinity Parkway, and TxDOT with the bridges that are coming online soon. We plan to move forward, we plan to stay positive and move all of the Trinity River Corridor project forward for the citizens of Dallas. And I'm glad to be here today. I'm available to answer questions. Mayor?
Again, let me introduce Dwayne Caraway, our Deputy Mayor Pro Tem, Mr. Sheffy Kadane, Council Member, Mr. Ron Natinsky, Council Member, and Kevin Craig, who leads the core effort on the Trinity River Corridor project. Again, I want to reiterate, these ratings are just a first step. We still have an awful lot of studying to do, but we're also committed to making the corrections that need to be made to get our levees to the acceptable level, and also to stress again, the Trinity River Corridor project is moving forward. We'd be happy to take any questions that you have.